Hey guys, Red Pen Mining here. Hope you're doing well, having a really great day. This video, alright, should I just start selling all the GPUs that I have now? Because if you guys didn't see my video yesterday or have heard the news, NVIDIA has raised the prices on their 50 series GPUs. So what has happened is that on the used market, all the GPU pricing has gone up. And that includes even like 30 series cards. So I've been seeing like 3070s, 3080s and whatnot are going up in price on the used market now. And it's just insanity. It's just crazy for anyone that is, I don't know, hoarding GPUs, for anyone that maybe got in the GPU mining and are, still have their GPUs. That's been the best play. It's just been holding your graphics cards, and they've just been beating inflation and they're going up in price, and the demand for them just seems to be keeps on going up, it seems, especially this year, and especially for anyone that has the 170HXs. These have exploded 3, 4, 5 times in price now, and it could get worse. I've seriously been contemplating about selling some of my, I don't know, or selling everything actually, because the amount of money that some of these GPUs are worth, like 4090s and 5090s, are worth incredibly a lot now. So I don't know if that's the play, to maybe sell everything and just, I don't know, hoard the cash, or maybe reinvest into newer stuff, start the depreciation process according to taxes and do it that way. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. But also, I think there's been a unlock for the CMP 50HXs, okay? So there's been something obviously with the 170HXs, but I just saw recently something with the 90HXs, the 50HXs and whatnot. So as you all know, the 20 GPU rig here, I may be able to revive this rig. So I want to expand on it more. We'll talk about it after today's sponsor.
Enterprise AI is the biggest money story of the decade, and it's been closed to you until now. Terra Compute builds enterprise-grade dual EPYC GPU servers. After 3 years of R&D at their own data center, Terra Compute is now open for business. Hosted in their own data center at a former US military base in Indiana on a locked utility rate no marketplace can touch. You buy, we host, no monthly fees, we rent it to enterprise buyers who pay a premium, and you earn more than the regular platforms currently out there. If we don't rent it, we don't get paid. Write the whole purchase off with Section 179, and at the end of your contract, if you're not happy, we ship the server to your door. You own real hardware, real data center, fast deployment, real returns. Inquire through a special form, link in the video description below. Terra Compute, infrastructure as a service.
Okay, every one of my Vast.ai rigs are rented. All of my 4090s, all of my 5090s are rented on Vast.ai. So they're making good money, and I don't know if, I don't know if I want to sell these or not, because the demand for GPU rental is still very high, it seems like, and it's not even, September hasn't even come yet. I don't know if, when school goes back in session, maybe, the demand could get even more, and maybe the rental prices could start going up. And just a quick update, my 178X, oh man, what the heck? What is this? Oh, the Flux, the Octo server. Man, 2 Octo servers dead. Just trash. I'm gonna throw these in the garbage. Just garbage, just garbage. Anyway, I gotta yell here. The 178HXs, I got 8 in here. If you guys don't remember, this is the rig where I took out the 3060s. And so they're completely rented right now. And yeah, it's taken about 14 amps. So that one is completely rented. I can't show you guys right here. It's gonna be number 2 here. 8 178HXs right there. 8 by 178HXs unlocked. 64 gig, and this one 79 degrees Celsius, so it's getting hot, but they're completely rented out. My 3090s are completely rented out as well. So yeah, those servers are doing pretty good. They're just really, really loud. I'm actually thinking about moving those away from this area, because this is where like my networking is, and also I do like test bench stuff here. But anyways, guys, let's continue on. We're talking about the 58HXs. So I saw something online, and somebody messaged me this, there's 50HX unlocked. So as you all know, I have a bunch of these 50HXs. And now apparently they can be, I guess, compute unlocked, similar to the 178Xs. In another video next week, I'm gonna test that out and see how well these can perform for maybe Pearl mining. I think the GitHub repo, the name of it has something Pearl in it, so I think that's meant for this. So I will try it out. And I wonder, because these are essentially, I think RTX 3080s. Don't quote me on that. But I think the TDP of these were like 320 watts or something. So these CMP 50HXs have 10 gigabytes. So it would be interesting if people can utilize these for some type of inference for large language modeling. So I'll be testing that in the future. Anyway, so let's go back to the GPUs I have sitting here. Okay, so I got a bunch of 30 series cards, 3070s, 3070 Ti, 3080s. I think I have a 3090 in here somewhere, but 3080 Ti, and a bunch, well, this fan is completely dead, and a 3060 here. So I got like a bunch here, even these 3080s here, if you guys remember these ones, the blower style ones, Gigabyte turbos, but they don't have the fans in them. Anyway, should I be selling these cards? Because right now, as the NVIDIA price hike, these cards are now worth even more. So, you know, when things are more expensive and the demand, which I feel like the demand is still is going up, continues to go up, I'm pretty sure that's why NVIDIA has been hiking up the prices for their cards, their 50 series cards, is because the demand is still very high from all these AI companies, right? And I guess you guys are looking at all this, I guess I'm in the whole AI stuff now too, GPU rental and whatnot. So is it apparent, you know, to me, you know, for me, in my situation, to be selling the shovel, you know, in a gold rush? Should I be selling the shovels? So, you know, you guys know that analogy, right? Where people are buying the shovel because, you know, there's a trend to mine gold at that, let's say back in Alaska, majority of people didn't make money mining the gold. It was the people who were selling the shovels. So in my situation, with the trend right now, very high for AI, you know, maybe for GPU rental as well, for all this type of hardware, the used prices are going up. Should I be selling these now? Would you guys, in my situation, start selling these off now? Because it's just, yeah, these are worth more, okay? So, but the other side of it that I'm thinking of is, if I sell these, what am I gonna do with the money? So this is what I've been thinking. You know, if I sell all these, you know, older gen GPUs, which 30 series, 178Xs, I don't think you can really call old, maybe A100s. They're a couple years old now, I think from 2021. But, you know, people are going to utilize these for local LLMs now because of the 64 gig unlock. And stay tuned, I am wanting to test, these are actually all 10 gigabyte ones, so I want to test 10 gigabyte in a server and see if I have GPU memory errors and see if I can, you know, test it out on a LLM, a Llama or whatever, Kimi K3, whatever, and see if it works. But yeah, the thought of selling all my stuff, selling even the 178Xs that I have in over here, okay, even the 80, I got 80 of them in my GPU Risers Octo servers here that I have rented out to the gentleman, which will stop, I think he said, by the end of September. I guess I'll talk to him about that. My plan actually, okay, this is where I have multiple options, where I could either sell them all, or I do have someone potentially locally that can mod every single one to unlock to X16 lanes. So doing the capacitor mod, power stage mod on them, and or maybe add some other stuff to make it stable and they don't burn out. If you guys think I should do that, let me know. Then that could maybe increase the value on the 178X even more. That could be, you know, something down the road, right? But, or I was thinking, if I do sell everything or sell, you know, stuff as I go along here, I can use that money to then reinvest into buying, I don't know, would you guys buy RTX, you know, 6000 Pro 6000s, which even those are going up. And my battery died, I just had to swap out. So yeah, RTX Pro 6000s, those things are like, what, $15,000 now? And it's just insane. Like, I remember those being like, what, 8,000 back in January, like 6 months ago. They've gone up like double, which is absolutely insanity. So there were other GPUs that I've been looking at. I don't know, maybe the RTX Pro 5000s or RTX Pro 4500s, or maybe should I get RTX 5090s? Well, the 5090s have also gone up in price as well. So it's kind of, you know, it's kind of interesting that if I do sell like my 30 series stuff, 178Xs, maybe I'm kind of like downgrading in a way. If you think about the more VRAM that is capable on these versus like a 5090 at 32 gig, but the 5090 is obviously a lot more faster. So there's a trade-off, right? But the 5090 has been going up in price as well. So what would you guys do? Would you sell the GPUs and then reinvest into newer PCIe 5.0 Gen 5, you know, GPUs, like the RTX Pro series cards that have ECC memory, which could be better for GPU rental, right? Could sustain much longer? Or should I just hold the cash and just, you know, sit on the cash? That's obviously another option, but as I was thinking about it, if I sell everything in the cash and if I don't reinvest it, I'm then gonna have to pay taxes, right? I'm gonna pay more taxes. The cash will just evaporate, you know, into the tax man. So it's better for me, I know, to maybe, if I do sell this stuff, I can reinvest it into newer GPUs, more higher performant GPUs. That's kind of what I've been thinking. You guys let me know, or maybe hold on to the cash for the next couple of months until, I don't know, maybe there's gonna be more of a downturn in the AI compute world, GPU rental world. Who knows, you know, maybe something comes out and, you know, maybe an ASIC or something comes out for this whole AI GPU thing. I've been reading about something about that actually, so that might be concerning, but we'll talk more about that next time. But you know, just some crazy stuff. You know, I have so many options. I have so many options. You know, sell the shovels right now because these things are worth way more now. And but it's like, what would I do with the money, right? You know, I could sit on it or reinvest it into maybe another type of investment vehicle. It doesn't have to be GPUs, right? That's another thing. I can invest the cash into, I know, something, you know, less risk and maybe just gain interest or something. You know, there's so many things I could do, but obviously taxes is one thing I have to think of, a big thing that I have to think about. So anyways, guys, yeah, I just wanted to talk to you guys about this, as this is what I've been thinking about and right now, because these things are worth a lot. These GPUs are literal gold, okay? So I think I should like, man, imagine if I just sold everything. Imagine if I sold all my GPUs. I kept my server cases, of course, but then, you know, reinvest it into something else. Like, I don't know, very interesting. But this is what I'm bringing you guys along the journey, doing this whole thing. And anyways, okay, you guys let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you would do. Smash that like on the way out. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good one. Peace out. Peace out, peace out. Oh, I got to install Vast. We're doing Vast on the 10 by 178HX rig. Stay tuned for a video.